We've got our own little ecosystem going here on the stage. It's a marshy project. That's okay, Gary. Yeah.
I Tiger the Lion, maybe the Knuckles of Frisco. There's danger in the language, gentlemen. I suggest no further use of your two-way radio.
See you momentarily. cabaret number. I don't know if you got a cabaret license.
Interesting and sophisticated, refusing to be celebrated. It's a monumental big screen kiss. It's so deep, it's meaningless. You just have to quit, and that'll be it. Just then the stripper stopped in a coffin pit. She said, sorry, I can't go on with this. Yeah, that's awful close. That's not why I'm so hard done by. It was true cinema, a clap. You should see it before there's nothing left. In an epic too small to be tragic. You'll have to wait a minute, cause it's dramatic. Yeah, that's awful close, but that's not why I'm so hard on mine. Just in the room became more dimly lit as the MC carried on with it. Now that I got you all strangely calm, I'm afraid Candy's not feeling well. Close, but that's not why I'm so hard on mine. Runway gets slippery and the runway get hot. Sometimes every step is not exactly what it seems, but what it is not. All in I step out in the way I was trained. I'm like a model in the 4 days and see I was trained. I walk the catwalk in the proud and brave, but I've never done nothing like this. Freeing myself from such disgrace.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
It's called Vapour Trail. Titillation's been replaced by interstate brick face and coffee mate, and by a list of phone calls you like to make, where you can sit on the end of your bed, you can stare into your own shoes, and in the pools of nightmare, go wherever you choose. Just bring up a complication. If it derails, you can throw away the rudder and float away on paper trails. There's nothing funnier than pride in an utterly confident stride. So I pulled the car on over to give you a ride. Damn, this I'll quilt you to the bone. Right now I'm flying over. Yeah, right now I'm flying home. Where I can sit on the end of my bed. I can stare into my own shoes. And in the pools of light there, go wherever I choose. Throw away the rudder, flown away on Vapour Trails. I rigged up a Compilation, totally derailed. So I throw away the rudder, flown away like Vapour Trails. I pull the car on over. Let them sprinklers roll. Something else that you said. Hey, all right. You people in the back, if you're wondering what you're missing up here, there's a brave line of young women getting crushed by large male bodies. Come on, folks, this isn't supposed to mirror society. It's supposed to provide an ideal. All right.
Thank you very much. We'd like to do a song now, if we could, for the odds and change of heart and the inbreds. Yeah, thank you very much. I wouldn't like to cover you with chocolate frosting. I'd like to pour you all into a nice warm sink of bubbly water with all the dinner's dishes. And I'd like to wash dishes with my clothes off. And dry you all off after rinsing you in very hot water. Greasy jungle, metropolis noir. Easy tangles, the easiest so far.
Sandwiches and coffee. Set your eyes inward for a leaner look. Set your eyes inward for a leaner look. Yeah! From within! Remember me? Remember him? From within! Oh! Richard talks too slow. He gets interrupted long before. I always love that guy, and he's not on TV anymore. To get out before he has a wherewithal. To get out before he has a wherewithal. Gotta coax him slow. That's the only way that he'll confess. Tell him that the truth will help him never less. To get out before you know wherewithal. To get out before you know wherewithal. That's a brand new body of work. Set your sights inward. Thank you.
A train and a horse got together.
Keep the whole landscape open. I loaded the variable like masterpieces from under the German advance. I saw your compass and I saw your freight cabling. Aspects of vision afloat in a glance. And outside the train of a night, floodlights on an inexorable side. You loaded the variables like acquisitions from under the noses of France. You heard some trumpets you thought were turntables in. Inklings to listen dispersed in a glance. And outside the train of a night, can write the whistle it had absolutely been taken care of, but that's no big deal. Of course we'd rather travel by plane if it's not a Canada of a pain. We'll entertain the idea of train, and outside the train overnight, bloodlines will furnished in moonlight, a great incandescent white skeleton of got into the desert, and we were on a steam engine away. We were a poodle length apart, and every time an efficacious jet slams into the midway with an orange and billowing octopus parts, I think of my dear old dad saying somewhere, well, surely this means the end of the air show. They don't know how old I am. They found armor in my belly from the 16th century. Conquistador, I think. They don't know how old I am. They found armor in my belly. Passion out of machine revving tension. Lashing out, machine revving tension. Rushing by the machine revving tension. Morning rug on the backside of a truck stop. The flowers grieve and grow and brood and bloom. Mighty Mike, the trophy salesman's good. He said as long as there are losers, business is good. Sweet sound of patent approval coming down in a not quite fog. Sweet sound of patent approval coming down in powdery sparks. Sweet sound of patent approval coming down with holiday concern. Sweet sound of patent approval coming down in a world of hurt. In my opinion, the drug is ready. In my opinion, the drug is ready. The warm hand of abject approval coming down with its ropey veins. The warm hand of abject approval coming down to the finger bowl. In my opinion, the drug is ready. In my opinion, the drug is ready. In my opinion, the drug is ready. Approval coming down to freeze the blood. The cold eye of constant approval coming down to look real close. In my opinion, the drug is ready. In my opinion, the drug is ready. Yeah, in my opinion, the drug is ready. The drug is ready. In my opinion, the drug is ready. Whether laying down yourself beside it or slipping into its cool and rushing effects, or drifting on
sitting in my brand new house that I bought just adjacent to the interstate. Yeah. I go where the property's cheap. I save lots of money, but I lose lots of sleep. I was celebrating the 5th anniversary of Chernobyl. I was watching it on my TV, thinking to myself, well, okay, maybe what we need to do is sell safe and efficient nuclear energy. And sure enough, I saw an ad. And I thought about my girl. And I thought about how sometimes it seemed as though she was radiated. I did a bone marrow transplant on her. I got a steady hand and a keen eye. I reduced myself to the shape of a pinhead and put myself in a little capsule that would make its way through the skin, flesh, lower layers of the epidermis, through the veins and into the bone and into the bone marrow. And I traveled throughout her body in her bone marrow. It's a slow-moving stream, so it took me a while. I went through the ribs, and it took me about 2 months. And I circumnavigated her heart with all its fleshy valves, and it looked like that. And it moved like that, like a knot-sized fist. When I emerged, I spotted your problem. From inside your bones, I could see that your heart was ineffective, ill-used, mismanaged. On my encouragement, she got a full heart transplant. I save lots of money, but I lose lots of sleep. She said, don't you think, boy, you push a bit too fast? I said, slow it down, don't make it last. She said, I'm memories that will set you free. Although I'll see that world and bring it home to me.
This is a song written by a brownie.
Not a Girl Guide.
Did you know you were the rock plug for all of us? Did you know in the conduit of Vesuvius you were far more unifying than the sweet betrayal. Alone, alone, alone.
I was walking around.
really did so. She's blonde, solid. She's blonde, solid. She stuck close to the TV set. I was back here in the kitchen. She's blonde, solid. She's blonde, solid. I was the funniest guy in the world for half an hour or so. Pretty much until this guy kicks me out. Says it's time to go. Fucking goof. That's the way Mark painted her. Brown, yellow, stolid. She's blonde, solid. She's blonde, solid. There was the funniest guy in the world for half an hour or so. At a party filled with the likes of which nobody that I know. See what I mean? She had a real when I realized shadows, and she did the best that she could do. Bigger lights and bigger shadows. Yeah, pride was not the issue. Yeah, bigger lights, bigger shadows. She did all she could do. Whoa, bigger lights, bigger shadows. And pride was not the issue. It's not the issue. It is not the issue. I'm telling you. I once had a very grave concern. That these words would be burned into my ass and the poker turned. And it hurt like hell. And the smoke. From burning flesh. Made me choke. And time enmeshed. And I sat down, and I wasn't burned. My ass was fine. There's no poker turned. It was all a dream. It's no big deal. Maybe fake, maybe real. If I get a fucking businessman, I'm getting a car, and on the side of that car, it
people say, if I die of vanity, promise me, they bury me someplace I don't want to be. You'll dig me up and transport me unceremoniously away from those sorts of things out of like dreams. The acts of a moment, it lowered me slowly, sat me on a property, get right cooler to sing my eulogy in the heart of Meridian, in the heart of Meridian, like the heart of Meridian, in the right place again, like the heart of Meridian, in the heart of Meridian, like the heart of Meridian, like the right place again. We were out surveying the land, miles and miles, never been seen by man. Thank you. Thank Area Statics. And a good earth. Thank you.
This is about a place in Ohio. It's called Chagrin Falls, Ohio. Just for effect. Where they met, where they connect, at the confluence of travel and sex. On a trip, then a quest, plunged into the deeply freckled grass. If I had to guess, I'm afraid I'd have to say Antarctica's next. Our Chagrin Falls, Ohio. And the unknown don't even go. To Chagrin Falls, Ohio. When the unknown don't even go. And artificial chaos isn't one of them. Return there, crestfallen, chagrin falls out of her apron. No profound sound, no special effects. The condom tipped and she just quietly laughed. Droplets. Chagrin Falls, Chagrin Falls, the young man wanting to go. Chagrin Falls, Ohio.
This song is called The Luxury. I've seen mirrors crack and sheets pulled back. I've seen brown shag carpets that would make you lose your appetite. I think I've seen dried blood. I think I've seen blood in between the tiles in the bathroom that they just couldn't get off. That's kind of a grisly thought, but when you're taking a shit, really, I mean, what else are you gonna look at? What else are you gonna imagine? I've seen shower curtains that should have been buried. I've felt water pressure. I've been scalded when they flushed the toilet down on the second floor. I've looked at cracks in the ceiling. I've talked on phones and joined the noble procession of lonely voices phoning home. Zoo lion sobers up, starts to scream and shout. A little dose of home fire got 'em all smoothed out. Melancholy wine-soaked tenderness. She hated it here or she couldn't care less. Prison yard stairs and fleur-de-lis tattoos. Cannibals are saving all the bones for soup. Eating with my fingers and sucking hulls of ships. My parasite don't deserve no better than this. Down in remote top water and a color TV. Salesman, the shape I'm in, can enjoy the luxury. The luxury. I know, babe, I miss you too, and I love you, and I'll be home soon. And I know it's just so difficult, you know, and there's no point in having an argument. We've got to keep things cool, we've got to keep things light, you know, because otherwise we're just going to get into a fight, and she's going to dare me. She says, which one's going to come on with? I write cruelly good love letters that find you at her worst, and she dares me on the telephone. She says, come on, baby, who's gonna flare up first? And if you lived here, you'd be home by now. If you lived here, you'd be home by now. She says, why are you partial to that Playboy con when you can see me naked anytime you want? I had loads of money to make me tame and sour. I'd pay you to remind me of my baby for an hour, yeah. As the lion sobers up and starts to scream and shout. A little dose of home fire got 'em all smoothed out. This is where it all starts getting good. Then I'll be here waiting for you like I said I would. Down in remote top water and a color TV. I saw Salesman, the shape I'm in, can enjoy the luxury. The luxury. I gather up all the jack-o'-lanterns and take them on out to the woods. And I kicked in all the carved out faces of our neighborhood. And with all to tell there was anyone here at all. There's an empty smell and the curtains swell, and it's hard to tell there was anyone here at all.
Thank you very much. Pleasure's been all ours. We'd like to do a song now, if we could, all about scuba diving for the police. It's my job. It's my fucking job. The blues on the street,
Loose and complete, the skies all smoky blue-green. I can't forsake a Dixie, so it ends the sidewalk train. My memory is what it was, is never let I do one thing and I don't wanna swear.
Catwalker, sort of more the older edition, but I can be bouncy. I can model that. I can get underneath that. I can be your spokesperson. I can wear your clothes. The nights when the northern lights perform, there'll be crocuses to bring to school tomorrow. I had a job. I was a scuba diver for the police. I usually had to go down and find car wrecks, you know? Cars that had maybe fallen off the ferry or driven across the ice in March, goddammit. And they drop down and they call us in. We gotta find some bodies. I don't even know where they are. I put on my regulator, I spit into my mask. Yeah, I put it all on, all the wetsuit, all the insulation, all the exposure I cannot agree with. Then I drop over the side backwards. I drop on the side backwards and I get in the water and I talk on my transistor radio up to the ship. I say, it's pretty murky in the water. I can't see a fucking thing. Yeah, don't swear over the short wave, man. Okay, I can't see a fucking thing. Oh, wait, I've got it. A red Toyota Celica. Celica Toyota didn't really require me knowing the make. I went down and the headlights were on. I could hear the car radio. They rolled down their windows. I guess figuring when the car is filled with water and the pressure Equalize! Jesus! They're already full of water. They've been there a few days. I brought the bodies up to the surface. Man's and the woman's. Oh, man. It seems that they were dead! Morals are for stories. Jesus are the best you can do. Someone just to scope the fire. The highlights of the scenery. Saw some little clouds. They looked a little like river, feet back up on the banks. Looked up to the Lord above and said, hey girl, thanks. Sometimes I feel so good I don't wanna scream. She said, dirty baby, I think I have learned to breathe. She said, I swear to God, she said, no.
You're the New Orleans is sinking, the 100th Meridian.
Beautiful love, the dangerous town. We get to feel small from high up above, and after a glimpse over the top, the rest of the world becomes a gift shop. The pendulum swings for the horse like a man out over the rim. Is ice cream to hell? very much. It's been a pleasure being in your town. Thank you. Violins and tangerines, and this is what we think they mean. It's hard to say, it's sad but true. I'm kinda dumb and so are you. And when the mystic varies thus, you should send a man to bury us. It's hard to say, it's sad but true. I'm kinda dumb and so are you. The last of the unplucked gems. The last of the unplucked gems. The last of the unplucked miscommunication as I've had all that purple pain. drop the grounds. Cowboy coffee. Oh, it's about a punk. Fraudulent fearing. Odious fearing. Punk. He drenched the church in gasoline. He never looked over his shoulder at the vivid burning scene. Just a silhouette in the dark. Barely visible to the human eye. He's in your closet. The time of the well. You had immunity to kill. You had your dreams fulfilled, and we love you still. But there's a power beyond control. There's a fire in the hole. All the nights getting cold. All your secrets will be told. Turn your lanterns low. As long as you can dig it through. Cold as water through the road. Brutalist 52. That kid's a fucking goof. Turn your lanterns low. 'Cause there's a power out control. There's a fire in the hole. All the nights get cold. All the secrets will be told. Turn your lanterns low. Alright. Poor boys. You can't send those poor boys to prison. He's the right tackle. And over here, that's the quarterback. And that's the star guard. You can't send them boys to prison. They know what they're doing to these boys. When I like this fucking match, man. When I like this fucking match, take off. Just go. Just fucking boot it, man. Just fucking boot it. They fucking catch you. It's over, man. It's over. You go that way and I'll go this way. We'll meet up at the old fucking log. We'll bend on over and suck each other's cocks. Alright? That's what little fascists do. I'd like to stand and see the show. I'd like to let you people know. We'll turn your buckets over. We'll turn your lanterns low. 'Cause there's a pound on the trow. There's a fire in the hole. All the nights get cold. All the secrets will be told. Turn your lanterns low. Alright, alright. Yeah, that's so exciting. You're so thrilled by the act. That they bend on over. They keep the circle intact. I got nothing against sucking cock. I just would never do it. That big old rock. Sacrifice. Yeah, built my mouth of ice. Built my mouth of ice. Built my mouth of ice. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Rio Statics. Thank you, Rio Statics. Rio Statics, thank you. Thank you, men and women of the crew, and thank you all.
Hope you get a new clock real soon. Take it easy.
Thanks a lot.